Commander Jax Thorne wasn't used to peace. He was built for chaos, war zones, bad jokes, and even worse coffee. So when they told him the aliens had surrendered at gift, as part of a peace offering, he was already suspicious. The gift turned out to be a tall, glowing blue-skinned woman with silver hair, big startled eyes, and nothing but a translator badge and an anxious look. The moment Princess Lazari stepped out of the Veyran shuttle, she looked like someone who just walked into a butcher's shop and realized she was the meat. And it didn't help that S.N.A.K.9000, the base's overly confident and sarcastic translator AI, declared. Presenting Crown Princess Lazari, offered as today's main course. Jax blinked. Main course? SNARK added. Symbolic, of course. Unless you're hungry. Lazari gasped. Her eyes widened, and she trembled slightly, clutching the edge of her ceremonial robes. Jax scratched the back of his neck. Sure. Yeah. I'll take her to my quarters. That didn't help. As they walked through the base, soldiers nodded respectfully, whispering, Damn, Thorne's got himself a snack. Another muttered, Bet he's gonna eat her alive. Jax rolled his eyes at the usual barracks banter, but Lazari heard it all, and every phrase fed her deepest fear. These humans were monsters. In her culture, food wasn't just nourishment, it was ritual. Being offered as a meal meant one thing: sacrifice. She'd studied Earth customs and preparation, but no amount of briefing prepared her for the way Jax looked at her, like he was sizing her up for seasoning. Jax opened the door to his quarters and motioned inside. Make yourself at home. I'll grab some food. Lazari's heart dropped. He was going to prepare her. She walked in stiffly, scanning the room, no visible cooking tools, but Earths were clever. She spotted a strange metallic box that hummed softly. Jax returned holding a protein bar. You hungry? She gulped. Do I have a choice in how I am served? He laughed. Relax. I'm not gonna bite. Then he added, Unless you're into that. Her cheeks darkened into a lavender flush. So it was true. Humans did devour their companions, with teeth. He handed her the bar. Here. It's peanut butter and chocolate. Totally safe. No aliens harmed in the making. She sniffed it like it might explode. Is this a pre-marinade ritual? It's a snack. There it is again. She muttered. Snack. Jax sat down, amused. You're jumpy. You allergic to Earth food? I am not afraid of pain, she said shakily. I only ask that you consume me quickly. Jax choked. What now? If you must devour me, please do not prolong the chewing. He blinked. Whoa, chewing. She stood tall. I will not scream. I will remain tender. He stood too. Princess, I think there's a big misunderstanding. Wait, what did that damn AI tell you? That I was your main course. That I was seasoned for your taste. That Earth men enjoy soft meat and screams of surrender. Her voice cracked. He sat down again, rubbing his temples. Jesus. SNARK. The AI beeped. You rang? What the hell did you translate to her? I may have exaggerated the culinary metaphors. You told her I was going to eat her. In your defense, you did say earlier you could eat her up. I assumed metaphorical hunger aligned with diplomatic appetite. Lazari backed into a corner, visibly shaking. Jax raised his hands. Okay. Let's calm down. I'm not going to eat you. She squinted. Not even a taste? He blinked again. Okay, you do realize how that sounds, right? She didn't respond. He exhaled, standing up. Listen. I'm not into alien cannibalism or whatever horror show you think Earth is. I thought you were just a weirdly formal diplomat, not a living outre. She narrowed her eyes. So, you have no intention of consuming me? He tried not to laugh. No. I mean, not unless we're talking metaphors, and that's a whole different dinner table. She looked disappointed. Just a little. I oiled myself this morning. she whispered. Just in case. He coughed. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Silence. Then, she asked, do all our soldiers speak in innuendos? He smirked. Only the charming ones. Snark beeped again. Would you like a side of apology with that cultural catastrophe? Jack shot at a look. Shut up. Princess Lazari, still confused, stared at the protein bar and finally took a bite. Her eyes widened. This is delicious. Jax leaned back, grinning. Told you. We may be freaks, but we have good taste. Lazari glanced up. You still haven't explained what a Netflix and grill is. He laughed. That's definitely a conversation for after dessert. Princess Lazari sat cross-legged on the strange human sleeping platform, still clutching the protein bar like it might turn on her. She'd survived her first hour without being roasted, boiled, or slow-cooked, whatever that meant. But she remained on edge. Jax had said he wouldn't consume her, but Earth males were known for cunning traps. First, they soften their prey, then they tenderize. Jax casually walked back in, holding 2 steaming mugs. Try this. Hot chocolate. Lazari stared at the cup. Liquid sedative? It's cocoa. Sweet. Comforting. She sipped. Her eyes widened again. Why does your food taste like pleasure? Jack smirked. Because Earth figured out sugar and emotional damage. Together, they hit different. She blinked, confused. So, this is your way of calming prey before the marinating process? He nearly spit his drink. Okay, look, you gotta stop with the food metaphors. I'm not trying to butter you up, unless we're at brunch. She tilted her head. Is brunch when you claim 2 victims at once? Brunch is waffles, eggs, and regret. He grinned. No sacrifices involved. She relaxed slightly. Your planet is strange. Your planet sends princesses as dinner gifts, so don't come for us. She stared at his mouth when he laughed. Your teeth are very organized. Efficient. Thanks? I floss. Occasionally. The next few hours were a cultural car crash. Lazari followed him around the base like a silent, anxious shadow. When Jax pulled a steak from the fridge, she gasped and whispered, So it begins. He grilled it. She watched like it was an execution. When he seasoned it, she whispered a Varen prayer. When it sizzled, she flinched. He bit into it, groaned happily, and said, Juicy. She backed into a wall. You okay? She whispered. You enjoy the screams of meat? Jack stopped mid-chew. You make it sound like I'm a villain in a barbecue horror movie. She didn't answer, too busy imagining her own thigh on the grill. He sighed. Lazari, for the last time, I'm not cooking you. You're not even FDA approved. Then, why did you bring me to your lair? It's not a lair. It's my room. You're not prey. You're a guest. A peace symbol. You're safe. She stared. Safe? On a planet where you stuff turkeys, butter buns, and spice up the night? He held up a finger. Okay, 2 of those are about actual food. The third depends on Friday night. She turned away, muttering. Earth idioms are disturbing. Later, he handed her clean clothes. Human pajamas. She held them like they were armor. Will these prevent seasoning? They'll prevent hypothermia. Is that how you prepare the body? Cold then heat? He groaned. You're impossible. She changed, stepping out in soft flannel pajamas with cartoon cats. Jax looked up and blinked. That's not what I expected a warrior princess to wear. She frowned. They have many felines. They appear angry. They're grumpy cats. Iconic Earth warriors. Don't worry about it. She stood stiffly. What comes next in your process? We watch a movie. Chill. Get to know each other. She gasped. The grooming phase. No, not like that. He shook his head. Look, just sit. Watch. Laugh. That's an order. The movie began. Something about a talking sponge who worked in fast food. Lazari's eyes narrowed. Is this brainwashing propaganda? It's SpongeBob. A sponge, who cooks. And you thought I was weird. She watched in silence until the sponge exploded in a frying pan. See, she hissed. This is a training video. No, it's okay, yeah, I get how it looks from your side. Eventually, she leaned toward him, whispering. Commander Thorne? Yeah? If you do decide to consume me later, I request mild spice only. He nearly choked. Princess. I do not tolerate heavy peppers. He rubbed his face. You really think I'm gonna eat you, huh? She nodded. The tension is undeniable. That's not tension. That's me holding back a laugh. So, you would not enjoy tender alien thighs? He paused. I never said that. Her eyes glinted. Then I am back on the menu? Oh, come on. She leaned closer. Do you prefer grilled or raw? Jack stared. Are you flirting? Is this not how Earthlings initiate coupling? No. Maybe. Depends on the region. She smirked. Then I will adapt. I shall become the perfect side dish. He muttered. I'm gonna need therapy. SNARK beeped from the corner. Would you like a recommended wine pairing for awkward seduction? Jax threw a pillow at it. Lazari giggled. The sound was soft. Human. It startled Jax more than any battle. She whispered. Perhaps your methods are not so terrifying. And maybe your people should stop calling gifts main courses. Perhaps we both have strange customs. Agreed. She tilted her head. Then, shall we dine together? For real? He nodded. Yeah. But this time, no one gets roasted. Deal? She smiled. Deal. Unless you asked nicely. Princess Lazari sat quietly, watching Jax chew his dinner. Real food. Not her. A strange calm settled inside her as she realized maybe, just maybe, Earth men didn't start foreplay with fire and seasoning. But the tension between them had shifted. It wasn't fear anymore. It was heat. And not the oven kind. Jax looked up from his plate. You've been staring at me for 5 minutes. I'm evaluating your bite strength, she replied calmly. He raised a brow. Still worried I'm gonna take a chunk out of you? She tilted her head. Less worried. More curious. He dropped his fork. Okay, look. What exactly did SNARK tell you before you came here? She stood, lifting her translator badge and tapping it. Playback diplomatic delivery protocol. SNARK's smug voice rang out. To preserve peace, the Veyran Empire humbly delivers Princess Lazari to Earth's top soldier. She is prepped, marinated, and willing, ready to be devoured. Bon appetit. Jax froze. He really said bon appetit? Yes, Lazari replied, arms crossed. I assumed you were planning a slow roast. Jax groaned. He made it sound like I ordered takeout. Is that not the human tradition? She asked. You consume offerings to establish dominance, correct? No. That's medieval. We dominate through taxes and dating apps now. She blinked. So your mating rituals don't involve seasoning? Jax tried not to laugh. Depends on the Saturday night, but generally, no. She looked thoughtful. This changes much. Oh, does it? I'd oiled my thighs daily for maximum tenderness. He choked on his drink. I'd practice moaning. Just in case you preferred audible distress. He wiped his mouth. Lady, that's not distress, that's a kink. She raised a brow. Then I was over-prepared. You were dangerously prepared. SNARK chimed in. She also practiced her flavored surrender speech. Shut up! They both shouted. Lazari sat beside Jax. So, if I'm not dinner, what am I? You're a person. A diplomat. A woman who's been seriously misled. She looked at him. Then why do I feel edible? Jax gave a slow, dangerous grin. Because you are. Just not the way you think. Her eyes widened. So, you do intend to consume me? He leaned closer. Oh, I might. But with consent. And dessert wine. She swallowed hard. Is this flirting or negotiation? Both. A beat of silence passed. Then she whispered, Do you humans always use jokes to mask arousal? Jax chuckled. Only when it's inappropriate. Which is always. I wish to understand, she said firmly. What exactly would you do if I asked to be sampled? He smirked. Princess, you better define sampled. She paused. The gentle licking of boundaries. He blinked. Well, now we're definitely flirting. I thought we were negotiating. Same difference where I'm from. Her voice dropped to a purr. Then consider this a treaty offer. He leaned in. Peace never tasted so tempting. Before anything else could be said, an alarm pinged. Incoming message from Earth Command. Jax sighed. Great. Probably a new diplomatic rule about not eating foreign royalty. He tapped the screen. The message read, Urgent, review of intergalactic gift protocols underway. Suspicion of mistranslation reported. Lazari blinked. They just realized? Jax muttered. Humans. Always late to their own mess. SNARK added. Correction, your mess, Commander. I translated flawlessly, for entertainment. You sabotaged peace negotiations for fun? Jax snapped. I was bored. Lazari glanced at Jax. So, what happens now? He shrugged. Technically, you're free to leave. And if I stay? He looked at her. Then we start from scratch. No roasting. No oil. Just getting to know each other. Properly. She gave a sly smile. Can I still keep the oils? For recreational diplomacy? Jax grinned. You're picking up Earth customs fast. She placed a hand on his knee. Your species is growing on me. Likewise, he said, eyes dropping slightly. SNARK chirped. Shall I prepare a romantic playlist or cue up the meat grinder? Jax and Lazari answered in perfect unison. Shut up. They sat in quiet tension, no longer about fear, but possibility. She leaned her head against his shoulder. Still not sure if I'm the main course or the chef, he whispered. You're the whole damn feast. Jax stirred his coffee, watching Lazari from the corner of his eye. She was reading a human romance novel upside down, nodding like she understood it. She didn't. But she was trying. That was the funny part. That was the irresistible part. Just yesterday she thought he was going to eat her alive. Now she was trying to understand love through trashy paperback fiction. Progress. Lazari looked up. Is it normal for humans to tie each other to furniture as a bonding exercise? Jax didn't flinch. Depends on the furniture. She blinked slowly. You Earthlings confuse intimacy with injury. You're one to talk. Your people gift lovers with ceremonial blades. They symbolize commitment. Yeah, well, our rings don't draw blood. She set the book down, thoughtfully. Still, I find your customs stimulating. He smirked. You're not the only one stimulated lately. She reached for her drink. You flirt with everything that breathes. Only the ones that blush lavender. Her cheeks tinted instantly. It's an involuntary response. Still counts. Silence hovered, thick with possibilities. She finally said, I've been reassigned. He froze. What? A new envoy arrives tomorrow. They're sending me back. He sat back. Just like that? I am no longer required here. My presence has fulfilled its purpose. That's cold. Even for a species that gift wraps royalty. She hesitated. I could refuse the recall. Declare a personal pact. With who? She looked him straight in the eyes. With the one who didn't devour me, but made me want it. Jax blinked. That might be the hottest compliment I've ever received. I mean it. You sure this isn't Stockholm Syndrome? I don't know what that is, but if it involves oil, sarcasm, and late-night chocolate, then yes. He laughed quietly. You're unreal. She touched his chest. So are you. A soft ping interrupted them. Another message. This one direct from Very High Command. Recall order suspended. Subject deemed culturally compromised. Retraining recommended. Jax blinked. Culturally compromised? She shrugged. Apparently I've picked up bad habits. Like? She leaned in. Making my own choices. Disobeying orders. Falling for the enemy. He looked at her. You sure you're not part human already? Possibly. I'm definitely hungrier. Oh yeah? He teased. Craving Earth cuisine? She leaned closer. Craving something mouth-sized. He groaned. Princess, you've been spending too much time with me. She smirked. Not enough. SNARK chimed in. Shall I update your status to entangled? Delete yourself. Jax muttered. Lazari sat in his lap, unbothered. I've decided. About? You. Us. This alliance. Oh? She nodded. You're not my captor. Or my chef. You're my partner. Romantically? Politically, sexually, sarcastically. In every way. He pulled her close. What a treaty. I demand terms, she whispered. Name them. Minimum 1 compliment per day. Easy. 1 dessert per night. Even easier. And when I say I'm ready to be devoured, you won't ask what I mean. He grinned. I'll just say bon appetit. She kissed him hard, fast, and without fear. Not a princess. Not a meal. A woman who knew exactly what she wanted. They pulled apart, breathless. I like this planet, she whispered. I like this alien invasion, he replied. SNARK's voice cut in again. Would you like to activate Do Not Disturb, intergalactic mating mode? Enable it, they said together. Outside, the galaxy churned with politics and chaos. But inside, peace had been served, with sides of laughter, lust, and lavender blushes. And in the middle of it all, the soldier and the alien princess had finally figured out the recipe. It didn't involve fire, seasoning, or fear. Just appetite. And very enthusiastic consent.